Makeup has been his passion when he was already a little boy. But not only makeup has always been an impactful topic in Nick Mato's life. He said he was born to sing, to create, and to share his gift with the world. The Utah boy felt a strong intuition that he had to leave his hometown to be in Los Angeles. It was not all glamorous Hollywood, but he never lost faith and started a successful career again in a new place. And what he experienced, he's sharing it here today with us exclusively on Luxury Problems. Hey superstar, you can be proud of yourself. You found this channel because you want more out of your life. Normal is not in your dictionary and you know you can get whatever you dream about. Less talking, more action. My name is Anna Russo, your new success host. Welcome to my podcast, Luxury Problems. Your spot.
Oh my god, of course. Welcome.
Thank you so
Thanks for coming.
much. Yeah, I already introduced you in the intro. There's like a lot to find out today.
Okay, great.
I feel like you have many things to share, especially with the community of Luxury Problems.
Yeah.
Where it's all about young people that still need to find their motivation or people who lost their motivation on their way, because I feel like there's no age restrictions. Like you can be 50
Definitely
and
not.
completely want a new change in your life.
Exactly.
And
it can happen to anybody, and it does happen to anybody and everybody, and like you said, no age restriction. Mm-hmm. It's totally normal. It's just part of being human.
Yeah.
And it's all just a journey, but I do think that it helps to I always say this, we really are all in this together. I think it really helps to just start the conversation and to talk about it and just say how you feel, because you never know who also feels the same way, you know? So I think what you're doing is really great, so I'm honored to be part of it.
Yeah. Well, welcome to Luxury Problems.
Let's do it!
So, I'm curious, have you always been living here in LA, or where is your origin come from? Because Nick Matos is not really an American name.
Right, yeah, so my family's from Greece, actually. Mom's side is from Lesbos, dad's side is from Olympia. Mm-hmm. And then they went to New York or whatever on Ellis Island, mm-hmm. and then ended up in Price, Utah. So I was actually born in Salt Lake City, Utah. Random, I know, right? I wish I was born in Greece, but I still feel like I'm from there because I am. Yeah. But yeah, born and raised in Salt Lake City, Utah, and then I moved to LA 6 years ago.
6 years ago?
Yeah, so it'll be 6 years in June.
Could you ever imagine moving out of LA again?
Totally.
Yeah?
Yeah, I definitely think I belong Europe. I do feel I want to even move to Spain for a while.
Nice.
I want to see the whole world for sure, and I definitely want to experience other cultures and life, and I think that with what I do, I can do it anywhere as well. You know what I mean?
Absolutely,
so that's definitely part of the goal and part of the plan, and I want to become multilingual as well and learn other languages.
Beautiful. Do you speak Greek?
I can read Greek.
Oh wow, but that's already huge since this looks all different.
Yeah, no, it's really a beautiful language. So I can read it, but I don't always know exactly what it means. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So, but definitely languages come to me pretty quickly. I can definitely get by in Spanish. Yeah. So I can, when I'm in a Spanish-speaking country, people just think I'm from there. It just starts coming out. So that's really cool.
So you're like a talent.
Yeah, it's definitely useful and all that.
So how did it came then, since you're from Utah, how did you ended up in LA? What was it did it happen because of family circumstances, or did you have this calling, this desire,
Literally, no, it was so crazy, you guys, because I've never had such a strong feeling in my life that I had to be somewhere, and I had never even been to LA. I think I've been once just for a little trip, mm-hmm. But there's something inside me that was just you need to be there. Yeah. I don't even know. I was in the middle of college too, and I was studying music, mm-hmm. so I was studying opera, and I was in the choir and all that, and it was amazing. It was a lot of fun. Yeah. But I was also, there was a certain point, I was a music major, so mm-hmm. you really start learning so much about music that it gets a little too much, mm-hmm. in my opinion, and I was I felt like it was going to be taking away my passion for music. So I was like, this is great, but
because
definitely...
it was too technical?
Yeah, too technical. So I went to level 2 of like music theory and oral skills, but going to level 4, like as a senior, I could just see that it takes away people's passion. And I was like, I'm just ready to live now. And I was starting to get into playing with makeup and starting to get paid to do people's makeup. And I was like,
how old were
doing
you when
photo
you started
shoots.
the first time with makeup?
Yeah, so that was like 8 years ago, I would say. I mean, there's pictures of me when I'm little with lipstick all over my face. But I mean, like, technically around 8 years ago is when I actually started doing that. And I'm 26, so whatever that means. So about 18 years old and really started playing with it, getting my mom's makeup, going through her closet, and she was just like, oh, great. I already have enough daughters, but she was thinking she's going to lose her son. But I'm like, I'm still your son. I'm just more beautiful than your other I'm just more fierce than your daughters.
Exactly.
I'm still a dude though, Mom. But no, it was hard though, because like once it started happening, like I'm very... I don't know if it's because I'm a Gemini or what to blame it on, but like when I get into something, I like let it take over. So I was starting to do photo shoots, I was starting to do drag, and I like, I'm suddenly bringing drag queens over, and my family's just like, what's going on? Like I'm doing photo shoots, so I was just like, even my professors at school could just see that like they're like, you're so talented, but like they could tell that my head wasn't in it.
Yeah.
And I was like just ready to live. You know what I mean? And I'm so glad I did, because like what would a music major really have done for me? Like a degree, I mean. What's more important with this industry is like your followers, your resume, your you know what I mean? And I was like, I could spend this next 2 years getting ahead on all that, and that's exactly what I did. And it's the best thing I ever did, because I don't know where I would be right now exactly if I didn't do that. So I think that when you do have that kind of calling, like, I know that not everybody has that, but if you really kind of like try to quiet the noise around you and all the...
Which is hard in a city like LA.
It's hard, it's hard.
Quiet the noise.
Yeah, quiet the noise. Well, I mean, when I was in Utah, when I was able to like put that all aside and put like, your family's opinions and your parents, you know what I mean? Most families and parents probably, really try to like kind of enforce certain ways that you should do things, but if you really are able to I know it's hard, but if you can kind of just tap into what you want and what your body's saying, that's what I did. And that's what was telling me. I was like, I'm sorry, but because my parents are both very like, you go to college, you get a degree, like that's just what you do. It's
a protective way for what parents do.
Exactly.
They don't want you to like be somewhere on the street as a crackhead and lose it completely.
Exactly. It's like, it's scary to like, oh, you're leaving college and moving to LA to pursue this, like, you know what I mean? But I'm actually so grateful, because they both were really, and just like my professors, they were all like, okay, I can see that you're different, So they actually were really supportive of it, which I'm so grateful. So any parents listening, future parents, it's so important to, yes, protect your kids and be smart and safe, but like also like believe in them. And if you believe in them, that's so powerful. And there's multiple times that I like wanted to give up out here too, and
the love that a parent can.
It was just like, no, you got this, and just saying you got this, keep going, kept me going. And so I think that is so important. I definitely am very stubborn, and I think I would have probably stuck it out either way, but I cannot discredit my parents for like how much they believed in me. I really give a lot of credit to having that support system. It's so important. So that's why I ended up here.
That's great. But I feel also once you step out of that family nest and you said you quiet the noise, be away from people who always have an opinion.
Exactly.
It helped me a lot once I moved to LA. Nobody from my family was there. I had to figure it out on my own.
Exactly.
But also I had to figure it out because I didn't want to go back and say I didn't make it.
Exactly. And I did, I'm not stupid. I was like, okay, I'm not just throwing away my life. I was like, okay, they can hold my scholarships at college for like 3 years. And I'm not moving to New York. That would be a little more dramatic. The drive was like 8 or 9 hours, and it's like an hour and a half flight to Salt Lake. So it's really close. And like I said, they hold my scholarship. So I was like, okay, let me try this out. If it doesn't work out, I'll go finish school. So I think that's also a smart point to make. I wasn't just like, screw it, I'm gonna go. Like, so still have backup plans, be smart about it. You know what I mean? I'm not, because I don't want 30 people after this to throw away their education and move to LA because of me. So I want you to know that I did think about the steps, and I did consider the possibility that it wasn't going to work out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So still be realistic and still listen to your parents, but also if you know and you feel strong enough inside yourself that this is what you're supposed to do, then do that.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever it may be, it doesn't have to be, doing what I'm doing in LA, but there's a lot of competition. Yeah, there's a lot of people doing the same thing, but I knew that know that I'm different,
mm-hmm.
and know that I can stand out from the crowd. And whenever you have enough passion for something, that's what's gonna
absolutely
get you there.
I hear that sentence all the time. Yeah, I want to do this, but there's already so many doing it.
Yeah.
So they already give up hope that
you're already giving up.
Everybody is.
You need to know, and having confidence isn't easy. I mean, it's a constant journey of being confident, and but we are human, and we all have those thoughts of like, I'm not good enough, like I should just give up, and
mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say. I think from the outside looking in, people think that I don't have those thoughts, but I do, because we're human.
Yeah.
So mental health is always like a journey, and I think that talking about it is so important.
Mm-hmm.
So start the conversation, talk about it, and if it helps to hear from me, and just know that you're not alone, and that it's totally normal to have those thoughts. But if you believe in yourself enough, and you gotta work your ass off, girl. You gotta get ready to really put in the work, and it's not just gonna come to you. You can be talented, you can be passionate. You also have to have a great work ethic.
Mm-hmm.
So, and also just spreading positivity and keeping people in your life that have a positive impact on you, I think is so important, because there's a lot of people that do come, they're like, oh, you're going to LA, everyone's so fake there. So it's like, okay, so that's all you're gonna find then.
Yeah.
If you know that there's gonna be fake ass people anywhere you go, everywhere. But if you put out that positive energy, it's crazy how much it actually works. Like, manifestation is real, you guys.
Exactly.
And because I put that out there, I've made some really amazing friends.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I've met people that are not so great.
But they're there to teach you a lesson.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They inspire music. They teach me lessons.
Yeah.
And, it helps. I mean, I always say that the haters are just jealous, and they actually inspire me to work even harder. So
absolutely. And that's like all mindset work. Like, you can either say, oh, there's haters, or I'm down, and now I'm not putting myself out anymore because I'm scared to people are jealous or whatsoever. And you can also say, hey, screw it, that's like exactly how you did.
Exactly.
I'll work even harder and show them. They
Prove them wrong.
Thought for food, yeah.
Exactly.
Thought
for food.
everything.
Yeah, whether it's like your family, your friends, the haters, and don't do it to be like, hey, in your face, but it's like, but prove them wrong for yourself, like.
Yeah.
And trust me when I say, like, people are watching, and you don't have to make it a big deal of like, look what I'm doing, like, they're gonna see. So do your thing, and don't worry about trying to prove it to other people. Prove it to yourself. With grace. And they'll see. Because no one likes that kind of person either, where it's like, see, like, I don't know. Continue to be like just a genuine person, and do it for the right reasons. Do it for yourself. Most importantly, do things that make you happy, because you can spend so much of your life doing things that you think will make you happy, but they might not. So.
And time is so precious. Like, we waste time of worrying what other people think about us.
Yeah.
If we would have used that time to actually start what we always wanted to do.
Exactly.
Where would we been now?
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, it's so true.
Absolutely. No, that's great. So you told me you already been, as a young kiddo, into makeup and like the creative side. When you were like 7, 8, 9 years old, did you had that typical, when I'm grown, I'm going to be a firefighter, or like a...
I think I definitely said firefighter, for sure. I definitely remember thinking firefighter. I'm like, damn, they're hot. I don't know.
That's why.
I'll be that firefighter. I don't think that I said anything else. I definitely, they always said that I was born with a microphone in my stomach. Like, that's something they said from a small, there's pictures of me with like a microphone, and they always said that I either swallowed a microphone or that I was, so I've always just been very connected to my diaphragm. And even like, I remember my grandpa on his like, last few years, he like really got hard of hearing. and he would always be like, just have Nick talk to me. I can't hear anybody else. So I've always just been very like, you know what I mean, just the connected.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
even before my classical vocal training, I just already had that. So I think I know that I was born to sing for sure. Like that's my number one like main like passion for sure.
What made it so special for you? Like what was that like spark like with music and singing and having a voice?
Well, I think that music is so powerful and it's so universal because like even if you don't speak my language, you can feel what I'm saying. You know what I mean? So I think that's something that's really special about it.
Frequency is real.
Yes. No, it's so crazy. And so I think that's something that really was attractive to me about it. And I loved performing. I loved just like, I was always in little musicals and plays and then operas in college. And it was just really cool to be able to convey so much emotion through this gift that I've been given. And it was just really cool. I mean, I kind of give up on things quickly if I'm not good at them. So the fact that I was just good at it also like was honestly attractive to me, like just being real, because I was like, oh, I'm good at this, and everyone says I'm good at it, so let me just do it.
Yeah.
So I think that also helped, and then I fell in love with like the art of it and the magic of it and the storytelling of it. You know what I mean? So being able to create emotion, whether that's making people cry or laugh or just smile or just feel good, is so powerful. So I really just was attracted to all that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's really cool.
That's dope. So
yeah, it is.
You've been experiencing this. You've been to school for music, and then when it got too technical, you're like, let me take a step back.
Yeah.
I know you have a song out and a music video that I still haven't seen it, but I will put it now in the video so you can check it out.
I am strong, but I'm still weak. I am weak, but I'm still me. When you look at me, when you look at me, what do you see, babe? What do you see, baby?
But how did you make the decision? Now it's the time. Now I'm coming out with a song. Did you wrote the song all yourself?
Okay, yeah. So I think this is also a really important, like, it's a good question because, like, things... Okay, let me just start. Okay, so basically I was just working on set as a makeup artist for this artist that I just used to do his makeup all the time. And his songwriter was on set. And I think it goes back to what I was saying where I live my life very out loud and I put out that positive energy. And, you know, when I'm on set, I'm like, you know, I'm twerking, I'm like, damn, I'm dropping it low. I'm not just like a boring makeup artist. I like think that I do have a great personality, and I think that is very important. And I think that when you're fun to be around, it just like gets you further. And so being yourself, and you know what I mean, I'm grateful that I am very outgoing, and I think that does help in this industry. So I was just being myself loudly on set, and like
By the way, which is, not to interrupt you, so important because some people try to be somebody and they're not being authentic anymore. And then people might think, oh, okay, maybe that person would have hired you if you would just be yourself.
Yeah,
and not
exactly.
Just try to act like somebody else.
It's so true, and like word spreads fast if you're like not good to be around, if you're not a nice person. So. I really do think, so I think that helps. Anyway, so I was just being myself on set, and like his songwriter was on set, and so then I just kind of like was kicking with him, and then I just honestly just DM'd him afterwards, and I was like, hey, I have no idea how any of this works, how much it'll cost, but I just know that I need to make music, and I don't know where to start. And he's like, okay, well, like, let me hear your voice. So I just sent him like a voice message of me singing, and he's like, okay, well, thank God you can sing. I'm like, yes, I hope so. And then, so I just put myself out there, and then he was like, all right. And then over the next, like, cause he's from Sweden. Shout out to Andreas Maas. I'm obsessed with him. He's so talented, and he has so much music of his own too. You guys should check out. And he's from Sweden, and he lives between Nashville and LA. So over the next 6 months of us talking, he was kind of in between, you know, Nashville, LA, And then the chorus of my first song, See Me, like, when you look at me, that just came to his head. But over the next 6 months, he was following me on social media, kind of seeing how I put myself out there, how I do my videos, and he was like, I just love the way you connect with your audience, just the way you just interact, and you're just you, authentically you, 100%. And so it kind of, he just honestly pulled the song right out of my heart, because I know that I can sing, but I don't have as much of like the writing skills, and I've never been like a writer. I've never, you know, a lot of singer-songwriters, they've always written in their journals forever, and they just have that skill. I'm very honest, as you guys can see. I'm good at this, but you gotta know your strengths. I think that's a really important thing to be able to do. I know that I'm not like a great writer, but it's a journey of getting better at it, and now I have been like, you know, writing more of my lyrics. But anyway, so he came up with that, and then we got together with a blank piece of paper. He had that chorus in mind, and then we honestly just, me, him, and the producer, just sat down with a blank piece of paper and we just wrote it. And so then, of course, I also was like, oh, let's change that, let's say that, let's do that. So I was a part of it, so I co-wrote it with him. Andreas Moss is the one that came up with the video idea. You guys get, if you see the music video. Let me know what you guys think about the music video too. I'm excited for you to watch it.
I'm also going to link everything, the writer underneath this page. Maybe if people want to check him out. The music video, of course, because
exactly.
On me, I haven't seen it. I just
it's
went
okay.
on Spotify.
No, I'm not too sad about it, because like I said, I mean, there's so many people that I feel like still haven't seen it, and so, but it's hard. It's so hard to keep up with everybody's stuff. So now, fast forward, I have like 6 original songs out, but that was my first one. So he wrote See Me, and then my second song, Don't Want It. But I've only done one music video because it costs a lot of money. So, but it's like amazing, and I set the bar really high with the quality, so then I didn't want to just put out anything after that. But we went to Nashville and filmed it there. And I started in full drag, and then I'm like taking it off, and it's like it's so amazing, and it's so special to me. And it's so like, I mean, the amount of love and messages that I've got over it, the amount of people that have, you know, come out of the closet because of that video or the song, the amount of people that haven't committed suicide because of it. It's like I get all those kind of messages every day. And it's amazing that like that's also something that has pushed me to do more music. It's like, wow, I really can have that kind of impact on people's lives. Literally saving their life. Like, are you kidding me? And I'm just being myself.
And I still feel like we're such in a like modern time, and there's still a big deal saying, hey, I'm gay, or I'm not into guys, or I'm not into girls. Like, what the fuck?
Exactly. And just being honest with yourself is, I know it's not easy, but I hope that I'm able to help you guys be true to yourself, showing you somebody that is living out loud. And so so that was that whole experience. So and then we did the second song, and then I got with another producer and wrote some of the other songs, and then so now I have like 6 songs. So a few different people I've done it with, and then, but I've always been a part of the writing process for sure. Like I said, each time I like come up with more of the lyrics, and now my boyfriend's helping write because he's really good at writing.
Nice.
So
but since I feel he already knows you, the writer, so well now, and also actually analyzing you and check you out and see how you are, that helps if you're a good writer to understand.
It wasn't just a random song. It was like inspired by me, which is great, because it literally is it. Like I said, I feel like he just pulled it right out of my heart. So
if somebody out there is also on a little music journey, or like in the super beginning, but they kind of are curious how to do it. And you said, you were like, how much does that cost? How does that work? Is it doable? Can people do it if they're like not super rich or have like a rich mommy, daddy? Are they still able to get their, creative
It was a
side
lot.
out?
I literally had to do my first GoFundMe and reached out to all family members, all friends. Like, it definitely helped that I did already like have a bit of an establishment online with my Facebook lives that I had started 10 years ago. So I do have a bit of an audience that supports me. So anybody that was able to donate a little bit. And then it was crazy. Even like a old principal from one of my high schools found out about it and made a donation. And so just put yourself out there, and like it goes back to kind of what I said, where like you don't realize how many people are watching you.
Absolutely.
So be a good person always and don't burn any bridges, and you never know who's going to come back around that can be a part of your journey. So the fact that like an old principal made a large donation, I was like, what, that's so crazy. And then like, you know, aunts and uncles and grandparents and friends and family, and then also just saving and working hard. So it was a lot of money. That's why I haven't done any other music videos.
Yeah.
But the fact is, you don't need like the quality. Once you guys hear the song and see the music video, you'll see like, okay, I went for very high quality. You can do it with less. But the fact is, I'm not gonna lie, you guys, it takes money. It takes the right equipment. It takes the right team. I mean, you gotta have somebody mix it, produce it. I hired live violinists in Nashville. I also hired somebody that, you know, wrote the music for the violins, and then somebody to mix it, somebody to master it, somebody to, you know what I mean? It's a lot.
It is.
And
but the fact that you also, without the financials like being in your pocket already, the fact that you want it so bad made you so creative to
I
come
made it
out
work.
with GoFundMe. So if you want something, you can have it. It's the what are you willing to put in?
Yeah. What are you willing to do? Right? Just like Rihanna said. It's so true. Like, and if I think it goes back to they relates to anything. When you're passionate about something, you're gonna find a way to make it work. So, but yeah, in the meantime, you can get GarageBand and get a microphone and do it. I mean, I'm the kind of person that likes to only put out like really high quality stuff. So I definitely needed like a professional like studio. But honestly, the first 2 songs we just did at the producer's house. So it's just a nice microphone and then the right equipment and the right, just, you gotta find people that really know. And the fact is that they believed in me, want to be a part of it. And I think it did help that I had already a bit of an audience, you know, because then they know that the song can do well.
Yeah.
So just being straight up honest about that, I think that is something that helps people want to work with me, is that I do have an audience for my craft. So whatever you do, you know what I mean? Start just putting yourself out there and grow your audience, because when you do want to be, specifically for being a musician, you need listeners. So
that might be helpful.
yeah, it does. And so so start going live. I know it's scary, and if you're totally against that, then it's not for you, because what are you going to do when you're doing concerts and performances? Like, you need to be able to actually. You need to be able to do that. So, and I was really shy growing up too, like really shy.
I don't believe him.
Is that crazy? I know. Get my mom on the phone, because she, I'll never forget, I still have an image of like, I would go in between her legs whenever someone was there. I'm like, so scared. I would, at my program at school, I would be like, I was always like, Mom, come to my program. And then she came and I literally was like this the whole time.
Oh no.
And she's like, I'm not gonna come to your programs anymore if you're in your if in your hands. And like, I'm not gonna do it. And then, so the next one, I like put my head up. And then a few months later, then I did do this kind of vocal, I had this vocal coach, and every month we'd have like a little showcase in her backyard, you know? And that was the first time I sang, Say What You Need to Say? John Mayer. Say what you need to say. I think it's just maybe say. Either way, that was the first time I got up and actually sang, and my mom was bawling her eyes out. So it's a journey, you guys. But if you really are not a people person at all and you're so shy, then like maybe choose a different path, because you need to be able to put yourself out there. You need to be able to like grow an audience. You need to be able to network. So I hope that this helps for people that like really want to do it, because you just got to do it.
You just have one life, so why waste it?
Yeah, exactly.
And procrastinating like non-stop.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh, so much procrastination. But I think really just hone in on what you feel like you want to do. It definitely helps to focus on, you also have to be paying the bills. You also got to be making money. So, I mean, just relying on music for that, I would not be able to do it. You know what I mean? So I'm really grateful that I do have an actual career as a makeup artist to help fund that. So whether it's working at McDonald's or a coffee shop, you know what I mean, you still got to be doing that, or whatever your side hustle is. And then, so it's about a balance, you know what I mean? So, but really try to focus on like long-term, like financial security so that you can not be as stressed. You know what I mean? So whatever that is, whatever you feel like you can do to make money.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, unless you're able to stay at your parents' house for as long as possible, it's great. But I mean, definitely focusing on what can make you money can help you do it. Because then you can get a team together. Then you can hire musicians. You can, you know, get a dope producer. And like I said, when you find people that believe in you, they can, you know, definitely charge a lot less. But in the meantime, like, you're gonna need to spend a lot. It's an investment, you know what I mean?
Always.
So
our whole life is an investment in ourselves.
yeah.
And that's the only thing you should invest in. I mean, yes, of course, you can also invest in others, and you should always be donating if you have the possibility to do so. Be a good human being, help others, because that will come back too. Like, people don't think when you like give and you like helping people, and maybe it not comes back like immediately. You don't even expect it, but people will come back, or certain situation will come back, and karma will come back.
It's an energy, karma, and just like I said, the positive energy, putting it out there, it 100% comes back.
Absolutely.
It's not like a direct deposit the next day, but it's
that would be nice.
That'd be great. Let's do some donation. But yeah, so just make sure you're like focusing on what you really feel like you're here to do on this earth. And I know that not everybody knows that, and sometimes people will never figure that out. But hopefully anybody that's struggling with that after listening and watching this, you can really like, I don't know, like I said, quieting the noise and really trying to listen, because I think that we all have the ability to do that. You just have to be able to find out how to listen to yourself.
And sometimes the universe will take care of it, because you still be in your 9 to 5 that you hate so much, because the boss there is like annoying as fuck. You're not making enough money, and you still keep going there because you're scared to start your business and you're not having your income. But then at some point you might lose that job because the universe sees you're still in that 9 to 5. You better get out of there. So let me quit you from that job. So you're without the job, crying around, and then you like without nothing. And that's when we get creative, because that's when we feel pressure. So there's survival mode kicks in. Like, so how am I do this?
Okay, what am I gonna do?
All of a sudden things come into your life that
you
have never like experienced before, people that you never knew before, and your life can turn around like.
It really can. It really can. And it's so easy to fall into that negative mindset and be down on yourself, but let this be a reminder to you that like whatever you need to do, whether you need to write it on your bathroom mirror or what, just believe in yourself every day and tell yourself that you are enough. And I swear, you guys, like I said, manifestation is so real. And if you can do that, like I said, I have to constantly remind myself that every day, and it really, really works. So and like I said, also it helps to keep people that inspire you, lift you up, keep those people in your life. You know what I mean? And don't have any issue with cutting people out that don't serve you. There's nothing, because this is your life, your body. I don't know how many lives we get, but as far as we know, we get one. Maybe you're a caterpillar in another one, but but this life is yours, so you have every right to keep out that toxic energy, any of those toxic people. Check out my song "Don't Want It." It's inspired by like just not wanting or having time for any negative energy, toxic people, toxic relationships. I don't want it. Right?
Just that easy.
Exactly, it really is. So it's really easy to get caught up in other people's lives, and if anybody can relate to this, I'm very like empathic, and I'm just like a kind person, and I've found myself so many times involved in people's lives that I'm like helping them out and doing that, and then I have to be like, hold on, what am I doing here? Like, I really care about you and I really want to help you, but I left college and drove my ass here for me. Like, it's really easy to get caught up with other people's lives, but it's at the end of the day, it's like, I didn't know anybody else when I came. I didn't know anybody. Like, I only knew myself, and I came for myself. So you have to constantly remind yourself of it, and don't be rude. Just be like, but you know, just you can slowly put yourself away and be like, okay, I'm sorry, but I really need to focus on myself right now. And you can always blame it on mental health. Be like, sorry, I'm just going through a lot. Like, I just really need to do me. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. But no, it's all about being honest, as you said. Like, it's better being upfront, and you avoid so much drama later on, because you can bullshit people all the time.
Exactly.
But then all of a sudden everybody comes at the same time, and you're so overwhelmed, and you have a break.
Exactly. Yeah. Always. My mom always said honesty is the best policy, and it really is, you guys.
It is. Yeah.
You don't need to lie.
Shout out to mom.
Shout out to mom.
Shout out to mom. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Which brings me to my next question, which is, how do you feel that environment and society has an impact on us, and also make us maybe change the way what we may be called to do? This was episode 1 with Nick. Thank you so much for watching, and we can't wait to see you next Friday again when it's called Luxury Problems with Anna Russo.